Bitcoin and Ethereum. What's his next move? Let's find out in the charts here, shall we? Oh my goodness, Bitcoin. We talked about the dead cat bounce all last week. This was clearly a dead cat bounce, and the cat just died, right? And now we did another dead cat bounce, and the cat died again. Well, what's this? Is this another dead cat box? Well, we're going to talk about that and more in today's episode, and what's a crazy thing that Bitcoin is about to do. Ooh, man, Bitcoin, never a dull moment in Bitcoin, and that's why you're here. That's why everybody's here, because they just can't get enough of what's going on. What's going on with the price today? What's happening? You wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is you look at your cell phone. What's the price of Bitcoin? And you torture yourself sometimes, right? Because when you see it down, you're like, oh, not again, China banned Bitcoin. Well, I hope you know that when China banned Bitcoin, they ended up buying more, right? They're now up to $10 billion in Bitcoin, the government, just so you know. Just so you know. Oh my gosh. Well, we're going to have lots of fun today, right? We're going to show you some trades, right? If you want to trade these trades, you can do so at bybit.davincij15.com or at femex.davincij15.com. I actually got an email, and I saw it on my watch. They said that at Bybit that they're giving away $3,500, right? If you meet the deposit requirements. So make sure you take advantage of that as well, because that's $3,500. $3,500, man. I know. The deposit bonuses are like really high, but hey, if you do have the cash, I think it's worthwhile to try. At least getting that deposit bonus. And even if you don't want to trade right now, you can trade later on. So just log in and try and do so. Okay, so before we get to the charts, remember, this is trading entertainment and not financial advice. Make sure you do your own research before putting your own hard-earned money into the market. Okay, let's get on to the charts. Wow. Oh boy. Well, do you remember last week I was saying this was a dead cat bounce? I was holding up that ugly cat, right? And I said, that's it. We have to just watch. We're right here, and I said, you're gonna have to wait for this to pop back up, because it's gonna really screw all the shorts here. And it looked like this was the dead zone, and I remember this thing popping up here and around the $4,500 mark, and I was sitting with Chris, Jamie, Alex, and all of them were like, gotta get in along. I'm like, dude, they just put in a double top on the 15-minute chart here. That's it. It's game over. It's gonna roll over and die. And they refused, and I put in a short, right? I didn't take it all the way down here, unfortunately. I only got like a little portion of it, right about halfway there, around the 44. I got out at $44,300 level, unfortunately, because I didn't think it was gonna be like catastrophic, but wow, it just went waboosh. And yeah, if you were in the trade, great, congratulations to all of you guys who took that trade. Yeah, that was a beautiful trade. Now, I wish I had done some more videos. There was a clear trade up here. I saw it. I was thinking, oh man, the 38.2 is going to be the level. And what's the 38.2? You can see right here. I'll show it. I'm going to draw it out for you guys. Right, we take the Fibonacci's, and I'm going to start at the $40,670 level, and we're going to draw it all the way up to the $45,175 level. And you can see, well, we were battling the 38.2 back and forth, and once we decide, right, you could have waited until we've made a decision. And you can see once we created one candle close and then another one, it gave you a chance to actually get in with a short, but not for very long, because the Hail Mary was in effect. You can see if you did the Hail Mary trade, which it would have been kind of scary, right? My Hail Mary trade, just in case you guys don't know what that is, right? It's basically the reason why I call it the Hail Mary is because whenever you take this trade, you're going, Hail Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners from now, from the end of time. and it's kind of scary, because you're taking the trade at the 78.6, and usually the market comes roaring at you. And yeah, it did that right here, and it came down, and it actually it looked like you're going to get stopped out and run down, but actually it bounced back up, and look at that. That was a sweet Hail Mary. Oh boy, wow, that was beautiful. Okay, so now what do we do from here? Well, as you can see, actually there's something interesting forming here in Bitcoin. There's a lot of like WWWs forming, right? And that's indication that Bitcoin's about to take off. Now, no guarantees from the management, right? Remember, right? These things are not 100%, right? So when you do make a trade, you always, the maximum you should lose in any particular trade is 5% of your total amount of money that you have deposited in the exchange. That's it. What you want to trade with, that's how much 5% of that is what you should lose in any particular trade. And also, of course, you would win, double that, because you're looking for at least a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio whenever you make a trade. So you can see here, we've already taken off from this W, right? And it really played with you, really messed with you. You can see the breakout level was approximately the $43,270 range. And then you were like, oh, I don't know. And it came back down, and now it's popping back up. Now, the target for this particular trade, it happens to be a very interesting target, which makes this thing might go crazy. And this is why I'm thinking, oh gosh, something crazy might happen with Bitcoin. And so if you see the target, we take the target to the top. Now, I'm going to use the top wick here. At $43,270, and you can see all the way up here we could break out all the way to the target is $45,842. Now, the interesting thing about this target, though, very interesting thing about this target, is that you see there's something else. There's another W there. There's another W. Can you guys see it? I see it. I'm going to show it to you. Right? It's right here. This big W right here. This is all a W. So if we break this level here, we could have a massive target bring us. Let's see where it brings us. Actually, let's take this green line and repurpose it. Right, right, approximately blink there. Okay, and we're gonna all the way down to the bottom of the lowest level, and then we take it out from the from the breakout level, which is the $45,096 level, and we see it takes us all the way up at $50,000, 800 approximately. Oh my God, that takes us to another higher level, which could indicate a reversal. Now, before we get our pennies in a bunch and get all excited, right? We need to take a chill pill, make sure that this is real, and see if there's anything that could stop us along the way, and be a little bit realistic. We don't want to get all too excited. All right, so if I go to the 4 hour, and I'm going to clean up the chart here. I got a lot of resistance levels and stuff like that. So let me just get rid of some of these things here, and then we can continue, right? So that we're not all dazed and confused about all the lines here. All right, so as you can see, we've got resistance approximately at the 46,000-ish level. Resistance approximately in this, in the 46,000, and I don't think there's any, this is not really going to be resistance actually. And the 48,000 is another resistance level that we have to breach. So there's going to be some traffic on the way up. Now, if we take the fibs, right, because that's another thing we have to consider, that if price action decides to roll over, right, we need to watch our fib levels, right? So you can see the 61.8 is approximately where the breakout level is. So they could be just trolling us here. Bears could be trolling us big time. So I want you guys to make sure that when you get into this, the 45,200 or 300 production area, that you actually go down to the lower time frames and check to see if there's any kind of divergence as price action starts to move up. So what you're looking for is any kind of bearish divergence that might show up on the lower time frames. You can see here as we're rising, there is a bearish divergence on the 15 minutes. So as it is, so wouldn't be surprised that hey, when we're at a resistance level, right, you can see this line, we're trying to battle through that line there at the $43,900 level. We're battling that level, and we're trying to decide whether or not we're going to break up higher. You can see there's there is divergence here, and so let me just show that to you, right? Here we've got like higher, this is higher, this is higher, right? And that's the height right here, and then over from here on the indicators, you can see that there's a lower high on the indicator. And is the indicator confirmed? Not quite yet. No, we're not confirmed. I know this is a little bit messy there. Sorry, because I have the willy. Let me just see if I black that out. There you go. So you can see right here. Let me just point to it so that you guys can actually see it. Right, and there we go. That's the point where we actually confirm, right? Minus 65 is where we actually confirm, and you can see that clearly there's the divergence right there. We confirm if we break through there, so it hasn't confirmed just yet. So this might not be a divergence to trade off of, so I wouldn't trade off of this just yet. We're gonna have to look for other means of trades here. Let's take a look at the fibs, at a different fibs here. Let's see here and see if there is a trade here based on the Fibonacci sequences. Right, Fibonacci is a very, very important. Bitcoin loves it's 61.8 and 78.6. You can see, look at that. The Hail Mary kind of like Hail Mary short was right on there, but it didn't actually blast up to the Hail Mary short. So I'm a little concerned about that. I think we might have a little bit more of a pop here. So I'm looking for some other reason for us to take a trade, but there's nothing showing up. So we'd have to go down to, if I was to trade this, I'd have to go down to the 5 minute and see if there's any kind of Wing pattern to go higher, because really I'm concerned that there's no bearish divergence for this thing to roll over and die. So I think we're going to see this thing pop higher, and that would be good, because then that would mean we're headed all the way up, all the way up, all the way up to the $5,800 level. Wow. Okay, enough with the Bitcoin, sorry. We're going to get on to Ethereum, but before we do, remember, you can head over to davincej15.com. I have a referral page, right? If you click on any of these referrals, right, some of them will give you discounts, right? For example, Binance, right? You could get a 710 bonus. And also, if you own the DJ15 tokens, right? If you own my token, all my revenue, I take all my revenue, and 12.5% of that, I buy up my token and I burn them, so that you could actually earn some of your money back when you use my referral links. So go ahead and do that. Also, I'm doing this show in front of a live audience, right? And they get access to my portfolio. They get to see what I'm trading. They get to see everything that I'm doing, right? And what altcoins that I'm buying. And you could also see all my altcoins, right? Once you have access to the group, right? I have a lot of altcoins, 341 different altcoins that I'm actively trading. You can see all of that when you have access to my Telegram group. Okay, on to Ethereum. Ethereum, man, it looks like a carbon copy of Bitcoin. Carbon copy. You can see we pretty much did the exact same thing. It was dead cat bounce, right? That's why I do the show about Bitcoin and Ethereum, because it's pretty much a carbon copy. We're about to break out. We're almost there on Ethereum, a lot closer to a breakout, which is at the $3,176 level. Once we break there, yeah, usually Ethereum likes to mess with you. and rolls over, rolls back down. But you can see because we got close and didn't quite make it, maybe Bitcoin and Ethereum might be taking a dump because Ethereum says, hey, yeah, I'm just messing with y'all. I'm just messing with y'all. And so that's an indication that maybe a long might not be the best thing for Bitcoin. I like to use Ethereum to help me determine whether or not what I saw in Bitcoin is valid. So clearly, right now that I'm looking at Ethereum, right, it might be, it looks like it's about to roll over. Let's take a look at some of the indicators and see if that's the case. We do have on the MACD at least a clear divergence, which indicate that, hey, this could be rolling over very soon. So I'm looking forward to maybe taking a short on this. I'm thinking a short might be in the plans on Ethereum, and I'm going to probably cancel my long on Bitcoin and only take a short on Ethereum. There's like, if we were to take a short here, right, it's the risk is really low. So I'm thinking I'm willing to do that because the risk is extremely low. I'm going to take the short. Once we break down from this level here, and if we take that short and we from that level, which is the approximately the $3,073 level, and we take a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, right here, you can see that this brings us down to some of the resistance levels. So I'm willing to do that and see how that works out. And there's only a 3% risk there, so it's a very safe risk. You could always take the short here and then reduce the amount of percentage risk that you're taking, and might maybe increase the amount of your leverage, but that's all totally up to you. Yeah, it looks like this is the thing to do, the short on Ethereum, and that's what I'm going to do next when I finish the show. Alrighty, let's head over to the dominance so we can finish off the show, because we want to see what the altcoins are doing. The dominance hasn't decided whether it wants to bring us a winter or not, basically. Remember I said last week, crypto winter's here, right around just before my birthday, and yet it's not as cold as I thought it would be. Yes, if we take a look at the crypto bubbles, there's a lot of red priced in Bitcoin, a lot of red, a whole lot of red. But it's not decided yet. It hasn't decided to really crush the market. So I'm thinking, right, we got to take advantage of these lower prices, and we do that using the little lady strategy. And you could do so. You could learn all about the little lady strategy by heading over to davincicodes.net/videos. And yeah, I have, these videos are old. I know I should make new ones, but I've been pressed for time, man. I'm sorry, but I will try to get something done as soon as I possibly can. But these videos are still classic when they work, right? They show you exactly how to use the little lady strategy to earn more Bitcoin with your Bitcoins by buying low the alts and selling half on a double. Really simple. And I show you how to buy low. I even show you step by step how to set all the tools up, assuming that you know nothing at all about trades, about charts, absolutely nothing, and you want to learn from scratch. So you should watch these videos if that's what you're interested in. Okay, folks, well, we love Bitcoin, right? That's why, I want you to get more Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is a solid currency. You know why? Because Bitcoin's real, Bitcoin's here to stay, and you need to be a part of it. Thanks a lot.